So, hello everyone, recording started. Welcome to Cloud Robotics Working Group for the third attempt at making custom capabilities, which is no fault of Transitive's. At first, it was a mix up with meeting times, and then it was me trying to run everything on Windows, which didn't work out too well. Interestingly, after that meeting, I thought I never actually tried to run it on normal Windows. I tried it and it didn't work, so no time lost there. Today I have booted into my Ubuntu instance, so should have better luck. So what we're doing today, I skimmed over that, is previously we did a Transitive Robotics tryout. We did a teleoperation of a robot. What we're trying to do today is use the Transitive framework to build a custom capability that could be deployed onto a robot that does something. We've not really decided that yet. It's more take a look at what's possible, and then maybe we'll come up with something interesting. Any questions before I get stuck in?
Yeah, I just have a question before you start. This is the first time that I'm joining this forum, so I'm not sure that I'm relevant to hear because I would like to be in more of security topics. This is not the topics of this discussion, right?
I'm afraid no, not really any security. I don't think we tend to talk cloud robotics, and we're focused on logging and observability.
Okay, I will join the other form of security and I will ask there. Thank you very much.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Hi there. We've just started working on a custom capability for Transitive Robotics. Just to make sure, we had one person here that was mistakenly here because she wanted to go to the security meeting. This is Cloud Robotics. Is that where you're intending to be?
Hi, sorry. Yeah, I probably made the same mistake in that case.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. I guess there's a new working group. Or their meeting time has changed. I'm not sure. Ought to be at exactly the same time.
Very strange.
Okay, so I'm here. Last time we tried to go through the setup, I have tried it again, and now I'm getting a different error to before. I had a quick go at fixing it earlier and didn't manage to, essentially. So I thought I'd pause at this state and get some help.
Can you do a Docker PS? Okay,
That's
so you can see that.
not...
And you are on Ubuntu 24, or what is this?
I think it's 2404.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Okay. Yeah. That's odd. Can you do groups?
Oops.
Grupos, no groups. Yes. You're not part of the Docker group. I'm not sure how you're even able to run Docker PS without being part of the Docker group. So, yeah, normally you have to be. Maybe there's other ways to do this, but just add user Mike Docker. I don't think you need to. Oh, really?
That's the command that I've memorized at this point. Oh, it's user group. Well, I get them mixed up, and I don't know what the AG does, but unknown AG.
But the group is called Docker.
Oh, I think it's user mod, and AG probably means add group.
I see. Okay, cool. Yeah. Usually you have to actually log out and log back in to get the group. We can work around that. What is that? New group?
That just applies the group.
Oh, sweet! I didn't know that.
Cool. Only in the terminal session you do it in. You need to log out and in again for it to apply everywhere.
Oh, sweet! I didn't know that. That's really cool. Okay, try the compose again. It was
sorry, that's PS.
Yeah, this is just a permission issue. But the Docker daemon should be allowed to create to bind to port 80. That's the issue here, right? It's not allowed to bind to port 80.
Yes. So something I did before I tried this anyway was remap it to higher ports.
Yeah, but that won't. I think that will mess up other things. I suspect that it's because I'm not sure what that new group really does. Whether that applies to this thing here. Error response from daemon failed to set up container and driver failed program external connectivity endpoint. Parallel calling rootless kit. The rootless kit is what bothers me. I think you're not running Docker. There's so many. I guess there's different ways to use Docker. I know that the group thing is the way to. Well, that's the way it works normally. Rootless kit. I think there are ways to run Docker without root. But then, yeah, you would imagine that there are certain things that you cannot do. Does rootless kit ring any bell? Do you remember how you set up Docker on your machine?
So normally I set up Docker by doing curl get.docker.com / and then it installs everything. And one of the last things it says is you can make a rootless install and then run a separate script for it. I tend not to do that, so I'm surprised that that works. But I was running Docker PS and other commands without being a Docker group before, so.
Yeah. I suspect that they have different ways to give access to the daemon. Can you quickly try SSH localhost? This is one of the ways to get into. Oh, you don't have an SSH server running. I'm just trying to avoid you having to log out, because then you would have to stop the session and dial back into the meeting, I'm assuming, right?
That's right, yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I can do that. I'll just cut the recording together in post.
I think it would be easier to just to rule this out. I would just apt install OpenSSH server and then do the SSH localhost. Probably faster. Oh, there we go. All right. Yep. Nope, still. I mean, there's always the option to run it with sudo, but I don't think that's a good idea. I'm just wondering what will unlock us the fastest here.
Oh, restart.
Restart? What do you mean?
Sorry, I'm just reading this, and it's saying you can apt remove all the stuff, and then restart. But we're trying to avoid a restart.
Hi, I wanted to ask: is there a specific reason that you want to use port 80?
Yeah, I mean, obviously in production, that's what you use. In local dev, it's not actually uncommon to use it now that everybody runs on Docker. And then, of course, 80 and 443 are the standard ones. So this will work, but it will break somewhere else, I'm assuming, because we haven't updated the, like, a lot of the configs just set the host name, but they don't set the port.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, this is what I ran into earlier. It can ping the host name, but not something dot the host name.
Yeah, that's separate. There was actually a notice at the end of the deploy script when you ran it that that points you to the README and when this doesn't work. At the beginning, there's a when you first ran this, you didn't do Docker compose. It was all part of the curl script that you ran from the deploy.
That's right.
And that one tests the MDNS, and then if it doesn't work, it points you to the README that you need to follow to get that working locally. I can probably piece it together, but you can also, if you maybe just run the curl without the bash, so you get the description. It's all the way at the bottom, I think. There's the GitHub link to the README with that warning sign when the MDNS verification failed.
So I have already done this. That was running. That was installed. I had to change my NSS and my NS switch. Yeah, I had to modify this from minimal to MDNS4.
Okay, and the last step you also did.
And created this file, yeah.
Okay, that's odd. Can you do a log on that MDNS Docker?
Which one is it? The proxy?
No, not the proxy, MDNS.
Oh, it's just called MDNS, yeah.
Okay, so that's running.
Permission denied on host etc.
Oh, let's see. Permission denied. Oh, that's interesting. I wonder whether that is yet another Docker not actually running as root.
Yeah, that would make sense. So a non-root user trying to
access etc. Yeah. That's probably it. Yeah, I think it comes down to running Docker not in rootless mode.
Yeah, let's see if we can.
So many ways to fail. I mean,
yeah.
Unbelievable. I did not think of this. I mean, we have not seen this before. Well, but this is what are you gonna do? And then you just reinstall it. Is that what the idea without the rootless kit?
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Enable to locate package.
Because it's resolving the star. Star is resolved as yeah.
All right. This might take a while to reinstall Docker.
Might take a little bit, yeah.
Waiting for headers.
Hi, I was curious to ask, like, so for the logging, like, what kind of data are we planning to collect in this?
Good question.
We hadn't really decided what we were going to build. I think for now, like Mike said in the beginning, maybe you hadn't joined yet, was to first see sort of what's possible and how you know what these capabilities do and like sort of the modus operandi, so to speak. And only then we were going to decide what to actually build with it. But yeah, log ingest was one of the ideas that I had on my mind as well, because it's sort of fairly easy to understand.
It seems really interesting. Like it also has this ClickHouse and MongoDB, I think, as a container.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, especially in the context of that recent Transitive 2.0 release, I think it would be interesting to do more log ingest because with ClickHouse now we have a pretty scalable database there, so we could query that. That's definitely something that comes up sometimes with our users. And we have not built a capability around that yet, so that would be kind of a fun thing for this group to do. Yeah, but I think we're still a few steps away before we get to that bridge of deciding what to build.
And for the logging, like I assume that, like for example, are we collecting the rows level loggings that it provides? So from the application itself, or like some other kind of logging data?
That's for us to decide, right? We are building the capability here. Transitive itself does not do anything in some ways, right? You can think of it as more of a conduit or a communication layer, right? That and a packaging and deployment layer. But by itself, it provides you with the ability to write these things, but it doesn't write that logic. It doesn't include that logic itself, because it's not a SaaS offering that like you were perhaps here when we were trying out or looking at some of these other services, like I think in Scion we looked at, and some others. Those are more like those are platforms that do a lot, right? Transitive is more of a framework and then a bunch of modules, right? And so yeah, we do have modules for some observability, like health monitoring and ROS, but the framework itself does not do any kind of log ingest automatically. There's some very basic stuff for just the robot agent checking whether there are errors in the log or something like that, but that's really just for monitoring itself, so to speak. All of the other logic really belongs in the modules.
We might be here a little while. We could have a look at what the setup page builds for you. So all I've done so far is run npm init this, and then I've called it.
You've already done that. Yeah, that would normally come a few steps later. But if you've already done that, then we can take a look at the code that it creates for you. So you will notice that there's 3 folders: Cloud, Robot, and Web. So those are basically the source folders. As you can imagine, Cloud runs on the Cloud, Robot runs on the Robot, Web runs on the Web. Where, of course, we all know that web code doesn't run. You bundle it, you build, like you build it, you bundle it, and then it gets served, and here it gets served from the dist folder. But the starting point is exactly where you are right now, the robot. Here, I guess we can go through it from the top. At first, it loads the Transitive SDK utils, and it most importantly gets MQTT sync from that, which is the client for the MQTT sync protocol that we've built. Sets up some logging, and then around line 20, you see it starts connecting to MQTT using some very specific client ID that identifies the package name. This is important for authentication, and then a password that is actually auto-generated in dev for you, and in production it's auto-generated by the agent. It's a way for the agent to sort of give a password to the capabilities. This is for local connection on the robot. On the robot itself, you may remember in Transitive there's an MQTT broker running, and then the agent is the one that actually bridges that to the web. Oh, good.
We'll test this.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Hey, look at that.
Rootless.
Rootless. Yeah, that's probably that is a separate. That's an independent issue. Actually, I guess look at the MDNS log. Maybe I wonder whether we still see that same error that we saw before. Cannot create regular file permission. Oh, NSS switch permission denied.
can I just change ownership of that file?
I wouldn't know what to, because Docker now runs as root, so it should be already root in that container too, and it's bind mounted. We can. I mean, there's definitely workarounds that we can use. No, that's not the file in question. It was the NSS switch.
Oh. Yes, you're right.
Does that file exist? I mean, it should.
NSS switch.
Oh, maybe this is actually something we can ignore, that error, because it's trying to curate a file, but it doesn't need to, right? Maybe it's, I'm not sure exactly how that container is set up. Maybe it just has a fallback where it creates it if necessary. Because that file is already configured correctly. So maybe that is actually not the issue. And you check that Avahi daemon is running. I guess we got that when we did the local ping. Oh, what's that? You can't ping that IP?
Can't ping that IP.
Yeah, that IP is also very. That doesn't seem right. Docker IP start with 172. I wonder where it got that IP from. Can you restart that container? I mean, we only just started it, but.
Yes. Yeah. It's down. Goodness.
Yeah, it still picks the wrong one. And I don't even recognize that IP.
No.
10.0200. Can you do a can you add Docker exec into the proxy? -it, yeah.
Something like that.
No, just cloud proxy. And I think the bash goes at the end.
Ah, right. Yeah. So it's called Cloud Proxy 1.
Okay, and do an although try IPA. I'm not sure that we have it here. No. There's a handy script that I have for getting IP addresses from. One second. Can you try this command on the host directly? It will tell us all of the IP addresses of all of the containers. Okay, so the proxy is, yeah, it should have picked one of those two proxy IP addresses.
MDNS has invalid IP.
Oh, that doesn't sound good. Registry has 3 invalid IPs. Exciting. Never seen this before. Let me Google that. Although I guess, where is that? Yeah, invalid IP is reported by Docker itself. Can you double check the, maybe you're already doing that, I was on a different tab, the Docker Compose file, whether there's any sort of weird spaces?
Network mode. Interesting. Weird spaces, no. Network mode host. Okay.
Oh, maybe, is it a new version of? No, this is required. Wait, but maybe the name changed?
Maybe the name changed.
Where did you get that message from that you showed a second ago in the terminal? That seemed useful.
The service MDNS, that's
yes.
because I added the default network to it.
Oh, you did. Yeah. No, we definitely need to run as host because it's providing really an MDNS server on the host itself. It needs to be able to resolve right there. I wonder what MDNS and registry have in common, that both of them have these invalid IPs. It might be faster to just use the workaround for now. I'm mostly conscious about our time. The workaround is to just put all of the subdomains into your Etsy hosts. And I probably have a string that I can send you. Your machine is called Mike?
Mike-Ubuntu.
Okay, let me try to prepare this here. All right, let's try adding this. And you can, I'm still using the 001. You can change that to a 002 in order not to clash with localhost. That should work. Yeah. And now we can just forget about all of that MDNS business. That's weird. I mean, it is your name is Mike-Ubuntu uppercase. I never know whether that matters.
I don't think so.
Mike Ubuntu. Do we not have the portal? No, the portal is there. Can you ping that?
Correct, same.
Okay. Can you ping it?
This or portal?
Let's try the portal.
No.
Well, that's not looking good.
Can you ping the 120.2 this one? Yes.
Oops. Is that what you're thinking, or?
I don't think you should have the same one twice. And as far as I know, you can try 2.1. Oh yeah, actually that might be right. Maybe it's not the last one that you're allowed to change, but no, but I think you can. Try with 2.1, yeah. The 2 right here, yeah, exactly. And then try the ping again.
So we get a ping response from that IP that we've just set.
Do we have a bad new line perhaps in that hosts file? There's not a new line at the end of local, right? Oh,
Let's
there
just
might
do
be.
that.
No, not there. At the end, like I think the portal is on the second line, but if it's not, I can't tell whether it's wrapped or whether there is a new line character. You know what I mean?
Oh, this.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah. There was
yeah,
a
it
new
was.
line. It simply wasn't on the same line.
Yeah, good call. Yeah, there it is.
Oh. Did you change back the 80 port? We had at one point changed it to 1080 in Docker Compose.
Pretty sure. Right. And it can't bind again.
We're back to rootless.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm trying this.
Mr.
That might explain the MDNS as well.
Perhaps, yeah. Tool does not remove Docker binaries entirely. Well, that's good because we don't want it to.
But should we try with this cap flag that it mentioned at capnet bind service?
No, that's another way you can do it. You can give very fine-grained access control to specific binaries, but that shouldn't be necessary because Docker has it if you run it as root. Oh, wow, why is it pulling it again?
Something's changed. I mean, that's promising.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, that explains a lot actually.
This is going to be pulling for a while.
It was literally running in some different space somewhere. It wasn't running on the system Dockers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think the password's generated as part of the dev workflow. We've got this new MQTT sync.
Right, and then we're subscribing to the topics being published by the cloud, and we're publishing what's on the device, right? So those are just namespaces that we are reading from cloud, writing to a device, essentially. And then below that, we're subscribing to a specific path. That's when we are actually subscribing to the. So there we're subscribing on the data, right? Not MQTT sync. So there we're subscribing on updates to that to the local cache of that cloud namespace. And so whenever the cloud sends a new value, we will see a log line that says cloud : and then whatever values and keys it sent. And then right after, we're setting up an interval where we are publishing on device time our current date as a string once a second. And that's pretty much it. That's just sort of the demo. And then that allows you to see on the web all of the updates like come in live and so forth. And it kind of tells the story of how this all works, right? Because you can tell that there's a sort of a shared data. Some people call it a Blackboard architecture, but it's really like a data sync where you can write into specific namespaces and you can subscribe to the current value elsewhere. And then this little start ROS snippet is really just to show how easy it is to get started adding ROS. Yeah, you can see like there's a ROS subscribe to that topic and type. So this is just a turtlesim post. This assumes that you have turtlesim running. And then it just publishes the post of the turtle to MQTT sync. And on the web, you can see that update live. The TTY listener at the bottom, we can forget about that for now. That's just a little debugger tool on the console that can be handy. But yeah, so this is the robot piece. And then on the web, maybe the web piece is the more interesting one. There we do something very similar. We use the utils. In this case, it's utils web. Get the MQTT sync in that first line, like the line 16, where we do use transitive. And then we 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 And then we connect to it we subscribe to device and cloud, right, in that use effect there. And then what we actually render is the status, and then at the bottom there's this pre-rendered JSON stringify thing. That's where we're just publishing all of the data that we receive. And as you can imagine, that includes, well, the data that we're publishing on the robot and in the cloud. So if we did hook up the turtle sympose, we would be seeing it here.
So MQTT sync is one directional, is it? You subscribe to the cloud, you publish to the device.
No, it's both directional. Like, first of all, we are using it in both directions. You might be asking about per namespace. Here we are separating the namespaces where there's only one writer per namespace, and that is mostly for keeping it simple and understandable. But MQTT sync is a full-fledged synchronization protocol, so you can read and write to the same namespace if you want to. So if there's some sort of collaboration between the robot and the cloud, and they both want to write to the same namespace, that's perfectly fine.
I see, makes sense. And then our last one, I'll just check on the Docker. Oh, yeah, that's up and didn't complain. I wonder if we should remove.
Yeah, you can comment that out for a second.
But yeah, it's resolved to my normal IP address.
Okay, great. Yeah.
With no etc
But
hosts.
then why would that not load? Ubuntu.local, having trouble finding that site. So it's as if it really can't resolve it, but it should. So this is Firefox, right? Could you try? It should work in Firefox, but if you have another browser, sometimes what happens is the DNS caches in these browsers can be a little hard to understand. Oh, you don't have it installed. Oh, yeah, don't worry about it. That's not necessary. Yeah, what happens if you just put in the IP actually?
As in here, or?
I think you will have to use the entire, like mixing names and IPs is not meaningful. So you'll just have to use the entire IP for the instead of portal.
Yeah.
Okay, it not found, but that means it reaches the proxy, and then the proxy doesn't know how to resolve it because there is no subdomain. This doesn't resolve either because there's nothing registered. But that also. Oh no, never mind. This is because we haven't logged in. Do the new group thing that you did before?
Yes. Oh yeah, because I did new group. It's old history. Right.
Oh, the registry is also restarting. That's not good. It's not critical, but there's something else wrong. Oh, look, no error. Nice. Yeah, and it took the right IP.
The others seem okay. Maybe the portal.
Portal is not there. It's just cloud. Oh. But that's not the issue that the browser states. The browser states it cannot resolve it. You can try localhost 9000 in the browser if you want.
Yeah, let's try that.
What the hell? No.
Doesn't seem right. I mean, I immediately got a name.
Yeah. So there it works. But this would not work for some other reasons. Like we do need to use the correct host names.
Should we re-enable the Etsy hosts, or is that not going to help?
I mean, you can. It doesn't hurt. The browser will. It never hurts. You can definitely enable it, and maybe the browser will be happier.
Oh, that's not how you spell it. Ah,
Okay.
that is happier.
Yeah. You do have a username and login. It was in the instructions when you ran the first deploy script, but that is probably gone from your history. So at this point, you will have to look at your env file that is generated for you by the deploy script. It's
Right.
it's right here. Yeah. And there's your admin password, which we now all know, but it's all local, so it doesn't matter.
No one hack my dev instance, please.
Okay, I'll make an exception. All right, there you go. And then you could add a device to your local. Yeah, I think that's the way to go. Unfortunately, I actually have to go in a couple of minutes because I have to jump on another call.
Wow.
But
At least we got it set up successfully, kind of.
well, and you're welcome to continue without me because actually you already have everything else running. Actually, yeah, let's do that curl command in the next minute. It should, if now everything works now that we're doing it right, it may actually be quick. And then you already have the capability template there too. So once this installs, you should be able to start the capability. And then you're at a point where you can just hack on it. Okay, go back to your portal. It might already be running. Yeah, there it is. Oh, you're near Bath. I didn't realize.
No, that is not accurate.
Oh, it's not. Okay. Yeah, we do need to run this in Ubuntu 24. They did some more restrictions regarding kernels. Regarding Linux containers namespaces.
So I'd be doing that syscontroller command then.
So you can do that, and after that you just go to your and in fact you may already be able to do that if you go to the folder where you have the capability checked out. Then where is that? Can't quite see. But yeah, all you need to do there is run npm start, and it should actually start the capability.
In the root or in robot?
No, in the root. Because it will start three things. The robot. Oh, yeah, you do need to install Tmux.
Okay, well, while this installs, so we npm start, the capability should appear in the portal. We should then be able to add capabilities and add our custom capability, right?
The capability, you won't have to add it because it's already installed, running, like it's already local. So it will just show up and you'll be able to click on it and see already what the robot publishes, like what I just described before.
Okay. Okay, so from here, we should be able to just hack, like you said.
I think so. Yeah. And I apologize that I need to run. I was booked on another call. I'll catch up with you later.
Yeah, no problem. All right. Thanks for coming.
Bye.
All right. So I figured we'll get this working at least, and then try and come up with something to run inside it. So first,
Yeah,
that
sounds good.
npm start. Okay. Yeah. So we've got a capability running v0.1. We click on that. I assume this is now running whatever is in web. I think that's broken because of cores by the looks of it. So
Mhm.
I don't know if we can fix this. It's a bit odd that Christian doesn't run into this. I guess it's maybe it's a Firefox thing. Oh no, the registry wasn't
the
working.
domain name matches.
Permission denied. Let's try in. Oh, less than a second. Restarting 1 second ago. No, it's just repeatedly restarting. And I think that's what's failing, because I think what's happening is it's trying to load the JavaScript. This is very small writing. Let me see if I can blow this up. It's trying to load from registry.mykubuntu.local, and this is this Docker container, the registry Docker container is repeatedly restarting. So I think for whatever reason, maybe if I just delete the entire stack. All right, everything got removed. Everything is restarted. Let's get the logs. It's still failing. No such file or directory. It's so odd. Registry. Here we go. So I can't debug it because it's just starting repeatedly. think I can maybe change the entry point. Registry. Dev. There we go. And then maybe I can do exec. No. Logs. Okay. How about instead of that, it'll be sleep million. There we go. Okay, so it's got something caps. It's trying to A plus W it. It's not allowed because it's read only. How about I sudo it? No. Keep doing that. Okay, so the problem is it's repeatedly restarting when it starts up because it wants to change a flag on a file, but it's got read-only access to it, so it's not allowed to change it. In which case, we should be able to do that now. There we go. So now we can remove this entry point line, restart it. And then watch the logs. Which is producing nothing, which makes me think it's still sleeping. So let's try that again. Hey. Oops. Okay, I think maybe the problem now is that I'd need to log out and back in to get full Docker permissions. Hi, Christian.
Hey, my call was pretty short. I'm glad I'm still able to catch you here. How far did you get?
So I think this previously had read-only, and it was repeatedly restarting because it was trying to change a flag on the caps file, and it wasn't allowed because it was in read-only.
It's that should be a folder. Yeah, there's one that's sorry, I should have remembered that. There's one bug that we still haven't resolved in the developer workflow, which is setting permissions on temp caps. And it usually works the first go around, but meaning when the deploy script runs, but maybe because it didn't go smoothly. But this should be okay with read only. That doesn't really matter. Where you probably got the error in one of the tmux caps, right? Tabs.
I didn't see it. I removed the read only so that it was happier and restarted it, and now I've got a new error, which is good.
This might also be that have you checked that the registry is actually running? Because we had an issue with that before. Remember there was can you do a Docker PS?
Up 2 minutes, yeah. So that's the read-only change, and it was restarting because of the temp caps flag.
Okay. So that resolved it. Okay, good to know. Yeah. All right. Well, go to the tab where you run the capability. in your, I think you had it there, yeah.
Yeah.
When I say tab, I mean in Tmux.
You
actually did. Oh,
I've just killed everything because it was being odd. And yeah, I noticed this error last time as well. So I think it's the Docker permissions again.
That's the Docker group because we're still faking it. Yeah. But the
Hey.
Oh, wow, look at that. Okay, and but does it update? Yeah, it updates. All right. Well, there you go. Now you have a end-to-end working thing. It's only the device, though. It should also be running the cloud, and the cloud updates are not there, which probably means that the cloud is not actually running. If you go to the tab in Tmux where the cloud is. Oh, that is the one. Not connected, not publishing. But that's device time. Yeah, because you're running the robot here in the cloud tab for some reason. Control C this. It should not be robot, it should be cloud. I don't know why it had robot in the history, but that's, yeah, just tap cloud there.
So this is all new because last time it didn't have Docker permissions. Now it does. So it's actually...
Yeah. Now it's doing what it's supposed to. All right, now it's running. Oh, and there it is, right away.
Okay, so there we go. Right at the last minute, we've got everything working end to end.
Now quickly make some change so we can say we wrote a custom capability. This will be the real test. Is it understandable? I'd suggest writing something different into the MQTT sync so we can... Nice. All right. And then we will have to restart the robot capability for that, of course.
How do I switch tab?
If you're on default, it's the Control BN. Yeah.
This is running. Ah, there we go. Yeah. Hello from
Hey.
Hey, we made a custom capability, everyone, just before the call ends because it is time. So thank you for joining. We'll see you next time. I'm not sure what we'll be doing yet. Oh, I can stop that screen share.
It would be nice to do something useful, but we'll have to discuss offline.
Yeah, we can discuss development and what we want to build. All right. Thanks again, everyone.
Thank you for your patience.
Yeah, of course. Bye for now.
Bye.